Hello, how's everyone? Today I'm doing this one on the art piece. I'm getting ready to do. I'm just dropped something. I'm getting ready to do the next art project, and this one is going to be animar for algebra. Okay, and I said earlier that I was going to explain something about the way I do the art. Let's get some people are interested in doing it. It really relieve. It's not relieves. How can I say? It's Let me put turn this other light on. Okay, yeah, it's very rewarding. Okay, and I did the other one. I was uploading a video, so I couldn't show you. I couldn't show you how I was taking it down. I wanted to explain it to you. But I do have, I didn't explain it. It's over there. I don't want to go. I don't want to leave the camera. But what I do is I make sure that I wrap up everything because I like to reuse certain things. And actually, I want to take all of the ones, the scraps that I made from the former art, and I want to make a big mural out of it. Something that lasts. These don't last, but maybe I'll just do that and also, make it temporary too. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I use to save materials also. I don't usually I throw some things away, but I like to keep, the papers and things like that. So I didn't show you how I do it because I was uploading, and I wanted to show you how I take things down and I put things, together in the, in like in a plastic bag that has just that artwork in it. Sometimes I put the artworks together if the scraps are, manageable, but I pretty much pack them away neatly. So that's one way I do the art. As far as thinking about the art, I noticed that when you, and I really do hope it catches on because this is a very good idea. It's very rewarding, like I said, and to see art that you created for in your house or something like that, it's really rewarding. Also, you don't have to show other people. I mean, it's just something that you could do for yourself. Also, there's one thought process that I do. I notice if you think it out totally, the more you think about it, and the more concrete it is in your mind, the easier it is to physically do it. This comes from a long time ago because I was doing art, especially when I was in New York. I'm an artist. I do paintings and stuff like that, but I learned most of my stuff from the artists in New York. There's one street that has just art paintings and artwork on it. It's over by New York University, and you go straight down toward downtown. I forgot what street it is, but it has all the art galleries. It's in the art galleries, in the art section where the big Pearl, I don't know if still Pearl is there, but it's on one of the off streets from Pearl, the art center. And I learned most of it there. I wanted to tie that in what I was saying about that's where I learned. Oh, while I was I was working in Brooklyn. I was working above a pub, and I was working at the pub, the Irish pub, and they let me in the hallway do some artwork there when I wasn't experienced at all. And the reason why I'm saying it is because you have to realize about the physics of your art. So that's the number one thing. You need to worry about the physics. I mean, you could have beautiful ideas in your mind, but what you want to do is think about is the physicality of it. I mean, like, I was working with, and I was going to school. I was going to college full time and working full time and doing this art project in the hallway. Thank God they let me do it there. But the number one thing that I learned from that is always think about the physicality of you have a beautiful vision in your mind about what you want to do, and you have to figure out how to physically do it, the physics of your artwork in your mind, okay? Because there's limits. It's not limits, but there's ways of doing things that it has to be done in a certain amount of time. So I didn't know anything about the physics then, but I learned so much about physics by not knowing the physics of anything with the art. And I spent like $1,000 on this project, at least $1,000. But no matter what you do, you're going to spend some money. But the more you understand, the less money you spend, because you know exactly. Well, that was my learning process. So that's all I wanted to tell you. So another thing, you can have an idea, but the more you think about it and the physicality of it, the faster and I guess, how can you say, the more you will see what's in your mind. How can I say that? So the more you think about it, and the more you understand about the vision that you see in your art, in your mind, the more you think about it, the more you will come up with what's in your mind, okay? Because if you go like, oh, I want to do this, oh, but I can't do this because of this, or maybe I could do this because I'm doing it this way, okay? And you go, oh, that's exactly what I want. And just give it a little bit of time, you know? I'm on a time basis, and plus I'm experienced at this, so I have so much experience with art, you know? So I was always interested in art. I have a lot of paintings and mixed media and things like that, and I listen to a lot of people. So that's what saves a lot of time too, being interested in other people's art, going to museums, seeing how they did this. Don't just look at the art, but you wonder how they did this or how you did that. Looking at documentaries about artists and things like that. So many things come together. So that's the next thing. So what I'm saying is, when you think about your vision, and the more you think about it, the more you think about the physicality of it, how you're going to do it, and what you see. Sometimes you say, oh, no, that's not going to work. Okay, I can't do that. Okay, you're not going to do that. Okay. But you just don't want to start your art with a vision. You don't want to go from your mind to, okay, I'm going to do this. Okay. Because like I said, you have to think of a medium. Okay. So that's one thing I think about. I think about the art. I think about how I'm going to produce it, and the more I think about it, the better and the faster I get it done, okay? And because you're always going to come up with some things that probably don't work, or you have to change and things like that. But I noticed the more I thought about something, the better it became. And another thing too is, you don't want to think. Think is like for instance, you know, when you think and you hear like yourself thinking like, I want to do this, I want to do it this way, I want to put this here, I want to put that there. That's probably the slowest way to do it. But if you can get into a more active type of, everybody says think, but think is just one attribute of making something. You want to go into, okay, this is how you do it. When you clean your house, it's like that. Think like that, like you're cleaning your house. Or you're something like that. Or when you're washing dishes, or when you're doing your chores. It's more of a process like that, to where you're in the moment and you're getting it done. That's the way you want to get used to thinking about, from creativity to actually how it's going to be performed. So I wouldn't call that thinking. It's a different term. It's just that, you know, we always said thinking, so we think everything is thinking. So if you can find your way around that, do that. So I put away that. I want to say another thing too is to be very organized. Okay, as organized as you can. I have these things for like paper. Okay, and I put the paper in these. I have this one for paper and some plastics. Okay, and I keep them in here, nice, in a nice way. Then I have one for tissue paper. And I have another one for different kinds of papers, okay? For cheaper papers that I use. This is construction paper, but it's a little bit more expensive. That's another reason why you want to keep it, you want to reuse certain things or keep it nicely, okay? Don't just throw things around. This is going to mess up your project. I don't throw things around, okay? Another thing too, okay, so I got that done. And then I separate things. I got things for my papers. I got 3 different of these for papers. And then I have this right here, okay? I just picked up in a art store. And it has tools that you might use with this. So you don't have to go looking for, oh, where's this at? Or where's that at? Or where is that at? It's all in here. Saves a lot of time. It's very organized, okay? So in here I have the tape, I have the different kinds of tapes. I don't really use the measuring thing. I stay away from measuring, okay? But, you know, I still have it there. The tape, I have all different kinds of tapes in here. All different kinds of tape. With this project I'm working on, I have to have tape. Okay, and then I have magic marker, which I don't use that much, but I may use it later on. Scissors are very important. I got different kinds of scissors, and I have this one is a blade or something. Really doesn't work that well though. But you know, I got it, and so that's how that's part of how I do things, okay? So now I'm working on the one algebra. It really means a lot to me. The reason why is because I've taken algebra for, I took algebra for maybe, I can honestly say 20 years to where I wrestled with algebra. And I remember being at one school, Miami-Dade Community College. That's just one of them. I'm just going to show you something I did. And I remember looking at this video because I knew I wanted to find it. You know when you just want to find something? And I looked and I looked. One thing about it, I never got frantic. You know, I never work on something or never try and find things to where you get like frantic. Like, I'll never find this or such. Just, I would look through these videos and I said, it's not here. And I will work on it because the reason why I say don't get frantic is you are actually doing something. I mean, you don't know what it is yet, but you can go through a whole video and not get anything out of it, but yet you did get something out of it. So anyway, I did that for 20 years because I was so interested in algebra. I mean, until I got it. What I got it was when I went to another college. And my major ended up being modern language, Spanish, and I took the whole course, but they didn't ask. I mean, they made me take a lot of different courses over again, but they never told me to take math over again. So for 4 years, I didn't worry about math. When I had worried about it, so long, maybe 15 years. About this mathematics. And then when I got my degree, because I knew I wasn't just doing anything, when I got my degree and I left after like a year or so, 2 years, I got my undergraduate degree. And then I went to a community college and I said, I want to see if I could do algebra. And I was able to do it. I was able to do it, got A's on every paper. And I really couldn't believe it. I was saying to myself, I mean, are they joking with me? And then the professor would say, all of the A students, all of the A students do all of their homework, I noticed. And I said, is he talking about, and I was an A student. I said, is he talking about me? Because I had never gotten an A on any algebra I have ever done. And then all of a sudden, I did take off for 4 years. And 4 or 5, I think 5 or 6 years. And I was just getting A's. And then I went to do my homework in the math lab. And this girl, student, was sitting by me, and she goes, I've been doing this for so long. I took this course so many times. I can't believe I can't get it. And I said, like everybody else told me, don't worry, keep doing it. You'll make it. You'll do it. And it's true. If you keep doing it, you're going to make it. And I made it through. And it's funny, though. It did affect. It does. It's funny with mathematics, it always affected my whole body. I mean, and I think that's one reason why a lot of people, I'm just saying, it affects your whole body. I mean, I even took a accounting class because I wanted to take an accounting and see how anyway, I got a C in it, but I noticed when I was taking the test, I would feel everything. And this was during the time I stopped taking algebra because they didn't tell me I had to take any algebra, but I wanted to take accounting. And I noticed, and I hadn't taken accounting in maybe 2 years, algebra in about 2 years. And I was taking these tests and I was just noticing how from my head to my toes, everything would be like, I don't know what it was. So I think mathematics affects us all in a physical way. So we do benefit from the classes that we take in algebra, even though we don't think we do. So I went off on a tangent for a reason. I just wanted to tell you how important algebra was to me until I got it. And the last algebra class I took, it was just before college algebra, and I had a girl come up to me, and she would go, "What did you get on the test?" I got an A. She goes, "Why did I get this one wrong?" And I knew exactly why she got it wrong, and I told her. She goes, "What did you get on the test?" I said, "I got an A." She goes, "Okay." Then she listened to me. Just got an A on every test. So I noticed that I became algebra. I mean, all these years, because I didn't give up on it, I never got upset and I never got mad, it just became a part of me. You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to do the one on algebra. So I'm doing this now. I know this video has taken a long time, but it's very nice and it's very important if you're interested in art. So, like I said, I thought this out. Like this happened like really quick because I was thinking it out in my mind, the physicality and what I wanted. It's kind of like the physicality is over here, the physics of your artwork, and then you have your the physics of your artwork, and then you have your creative part of what you vision, your vision, okay? And they both have to come together. And when they both come together, you know that, some of them, you have to adjust it. You're okay, no, I gotta come down here. Okay, I gotta go up here. Oh, I gotta come down here. Oh, okay, that's gonna be like that. And when they meet like that, that's when you know it's gonna work. So I had already thought these out. These took about a week just to think of, to get the physicality or the physics of it. I don't know if I'm using that word right, but you know what I'm talking about. To get this right, and then I just did it. Okay. Then I got this. I don't want to leave the camera. So I got this over here. I don't want to leave the camera. Okay. The reason why I don't like to leave the camera because I don't do thumbnails or whatever they call them. Okay. I do as much as I can without because I don't have as much time because I have actually 2 jobs, and I do this on I guess it's a hobby for now, but now it seems like I'm getting serious about it. But it's very, like I said, rewarding. So I don't do the thumbnails, and so I can't be off camera. If I'm off camera, then they figure out what the thumbnail is going to be, and I don't want it to be me not on the camera, or you have a blank screen. However, this is no problem because it's got artwork on it, so I really don't have to worry about getting off screen as far as this is concerned. So now I want to see if all of them are on there. Yeah, they're all on here. Okay, so now I got these pieces, and this is part of the artwork. So maybe I'll show you how I do this, and then after that I'll close this and have you wait until animar, I think it's 67, art. I mean, art for animar. I don't know the number, and then it'll be algebra. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do this with you. Okay, so what am I gonna do? So I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna need the tape. I have a 2-sided tape that I use. This one I could use, but I think I want to use the 2-sided tape. It doesn't really make a difference, but I might use the other tape because I'm online, or whatever you want to call it. The camera's rolling, and I want something that's really fast so you can get the idea. Okay, so if I use this tape, see, everything is in there, so I don't have to worry. You know what I mean? It's not because, I mean, I do this naturally, this way, because it facilitates things, especially if you don't have much time. So I'm using a 1-sided tape. I like the 2-sided tape because I can put it on the plastic and then just, and don't have to worry about it. But this might be good. This might be good also. So I'm taking these things like this, and I'm just pretty much putting them up, okay? Anywhere. I'm putting them anywhere, anyway, okay? And you can stay with me until I finish this one, and then I'm going to close, and then you have to wait until animar art is done, okay? So I'm pretty much, I already figured this out. Pretty much, I want these to be all spread in different areas. That's the idea that I'm going for. And it's funny because I noticed with doing art, you have to do like the constant same thing over and over again. And that's one thing you cannot do. Is like when it's going over and over, just find some way to enjoy it. Like for instance, I'm putting up all these pieces. I don't know how many pieces. But the best thing to do is don't get frustrated. That's another thing. Don't get frustrated. Just do one at a time. Enjoy the one at a time. Okay? Enjoy it. Okay? Because it's part of the process. That'll make you a better artist too. Is by enjoying. Some of them are really drudgery, but enjoy that. And I wish I could do something so that I don't get off camera, but anyway. And these just go anywhere. And this is something I learned from doing algebra so much. So everything that I'm putting up here is what I learned from algebra. I'm not putting in any order or anything. There's a lot of them. Yeah, it has to go on the plastic. And these, one thing I have to say is that I only use masking tape on the wall because it comes right off. So because I'm using this tape, I don't want to put this tape on the wall. That's another thing you have to worry about if you're going to do this. I always find easier way, and when you do this, you always find like easier ways to do it, okay? Like right now, I don't know if I should, so I'm coming to something I'm learning about, because I don't know if I want to pin this down like this, but pretty much I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave it like that. And this is algebra, something I learned from algebra. And I have like different ones, but this is, I think I have to put one up here. I don't know, because I don't want to run out of space, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. I have to put all of these up. I don't know if I'm going to have you stay, but this is pretty much the gist of it. I don't want to hold you on too long, and I'm going to finish this up, okay? It looks like I have to, I was going to put something, see, this is another thing, you always come up, after you figure out everything, something always comes up to where you have to make a decision. So like I wanted everything, because I have other papers to go up here. I wanted it all to go like right here. But now I can see that it's not going to. I mean, I need more space. So what I might do is get a ladder and put 1, 2, 3, or put some up there. So it's going to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to come to that decision. And right now, I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope it inspired you. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.